Each of the attitude and heading reference systems has an attitude and heading reference unit, AHRU, which integrates 3 gyrometers and 3 accelerometers, a microprocessor, and electronic controls. 2 flux valves are installed to provide to the associated AHRU the heading of the aircraft by sensing the Earth's magnetic field. They are located on the wingtips, positioned in the same alignment of the airplane's center line in a zone free of magnetic interference. The dual remote magnetic compensator serves to compensate the flux valves in order to cancel the errors caused by aircraft magnetic disturbances. Each of the AHRUs receives magnetic heading information from the associated flux valve and true airspeed, TAS, from both air data computers. The AHRS-1 will provide attitude and/or heading information to the following systems: Flight Data Acquisition Unit, FDAU, with attitude and heading information. Radar, with attitude information. Symbol Generator Unit 1, SGU-1, with attitude and heading information. The First Officer RMI, with heading information. And the Avionics Standard Communications Bus. Attitude and Heading Reference System 2 will provide attitude and/or heading information to the following systems: Symbol Generator Unit 2, the Captain RMI, the Avionics Standard Communications Bus. As soon as the battery toggle switch is placed to on, the attitude and heading reference system alignment takes place automatically. In order to complete the alignment, the aircraft must not be moved for 3 minutes. The starting of the alignment will be briefly indicated by the EADI horizon tilted 30 degrees to the right without any flags. During the alignment, if the crew wishes to verify the time remaining, one needs only to depress the AHRS Erect push button located in the left and right side panels. While depressing the push button, the time remaining in seconds will be presented in the heading field of the respective EHSI. Once aligned, the attitude and heading reference system will normally continue to operate after electrical transients associated with the engine's start. During normal operations, the accuracy of the attitude and heading reference system may be lost. If this happens, and an attitude and heading reference system reset becomes necessary, it may be obtained on ground only by cycling the relevant circuit breakers to off and then on again. In this case, a full alignment is necessary and the aircraft must remain still for 3 minutes. It is not recommended to reset the attitude and heading reference system circuit breakers in flight, since a very stable, straight, and level flight would be required for 3 minutes. The manufacturer also observes that there is the risk of pulling the wrong circuit breakers out, which could lead to a complete attitude and heading reference system failure and make it unrecoverable for the remainder of the flight. The crew must be aware that in case of continuous turns, especially in high latitudes, there is a possibility of attitude and heading reference system attitude and heading errors. Because of that, it is recommended to fly racetrack holding patterns instead of circles. If the red attitude fail flag is displayed on the EADI, it indicates a failure of the attitude information on the respective attitude and reference heading system. Likewise, if the red HDG fail flag is displayed on the EHSI, it indicates a failure of the heading information on the respective attitude and heading reference system. In both situations, all the associated information will be lost on the respective EADI or EHSI. In order to recover the affected instrument, the crew must complete the following failures checklist: AHRS fail from the QRH. Pay attention not to confuse the red flag seen earlier with an amber ATT or HDG flag. When this happens, it alerts the crew of an attitude comparison caution message or heading comparison caution message, indicating a disagreement between the information generated by both attitude and heading reference systems. In this situation, the crew has to perform the following failures checklist: EFIS comp from the QRH. It is extremely important that in any of the situations explained before, the crew uses the standby instruments until being able to identify the wrong attitude and heading reference system and correct the situation by applying the appropriate checklist. The amber light A/erect fail in the AHRS erect push buttons located in the left and right side panels will illuminate in case the respective attitude and heading reference system loses both air data computer TAS signals. Pay attention that this is a level 1 alert, meaning that only the local alert without any chime will be displayed to the pilots. The push button will remain illuminated as long as the TAS signal is lost. In this case, the respective attitude and heading reference system will continue to operate without the auto-erect capability, but stabilizing the airplane in unaccelerated level flight and depressing the respective attitude and heading reference system erect push button for 15 seconds can perform fast direction. This failure requires the crew to apply the following failures checklist: AHRS auto-erect fail from the QRH.